Yeah, so we are here to discuss the state of the game design notes post in relation to the last video that I made, and also to make amends for some things that I have said and done, and also stand by some things that I have said and done, regardless of what people say or will say about me and about the things. Before we get into the actual design notes and just a heads up, I will be putting this on YouTube as my response video to the design notes post for the state of the game thing, which addressed my video directly. Um, Before we get into that, I just want to preface this by saying the last video that I uploaded to YouTube for AQ3D specifically was a video that I did not put much emotion into. I didn't try to be fake with it. I was just really, really sad at that point in time because I was just really, really burnt out on trying to push for changes in this game for so long. Coming back from a major surgery, having all of that massive support just before the surgery, coming back thinking that okay, we'll just pick up where we left off with the changes that we were pushing for, and just having that completely taken away from me and seeing all of my friends just start quitting the game one by one because of the direction that it was going. So I could no longer enjoy the game because I had nobody to enjoy the game with. All right. What that triggered me into doing was transitioning my content away from AQ3D into exploring more MMORPGs, specifically cross-platform MMORPGs, because that's where my friends were going. And that's where I wanted to be, because I wanted to be where my friends were. But I also wanted to continue being part of the AQ3D community. So while I did not make content, I continued to play. But what I also did was I took to Twitter and I took to Discord and I asked everybody who was specifically in my Discord or following me on Twitter, specifically for AQ3D content purposes or AQ3D giveaway purposes, I asked them, or rather, I told them that they could leave or unfollow me without any hard feeling. That's what I did. Because to me, if that was the point of a content switch for me, and I didn't want people to be upset with me for it. So I was like, okay, look, if you're only here for this thing, you can leave. And I thought in my head that that was a good idea. Now, I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. And the fallout for that has been massive, but I still do stand by it. Okay? If you were only here for AK3 content and not the community that we were building, then you were free to leave. And you still are. I will never bind you to anything. There will never be any hard feelings. Like I will joke about my numbers going down. I will joke about a lot of things, but there is no hard feelings, or there are no hard feelings. I can't English tonight. For you unfollowing me because I no longer make AK3. Where the issue comes in was when people started making it personal, when people started blocking me because of it, when people started DMing me a lot of hurt messages about it, and when people were just going around spreading rumors in game and talking lots of smack about me and my community because of it. So I just want to clear that up. You know, I do not hate anybody for not for choosing to not follow me and choosing to leave. And I really don't want um I don't want to go about content building in the way of giveaways. All right. Hi Anna, welcome to the stream. And it's not that I stopped doing giveaways because I still was actively supporting the community and the company that supported me. I just wasn't doing it on a public platform. You can ask a lot of the community leaders. I was funding giveaways, I was helping with contests behind the scenes. But you didn't know that. And you came to me with all your hateful messages and be like, oh, Lag, you're such a terrible person. How could you just turn your back on everybody that was there for you? And I mean, there was no way for you to know that, so that's fine. Um, but outright just slandering me for being burnt out after pushing for changes is something that I did not expect. And the people that it came from really, really hurt me. Okay. And then there's the flip side. Okay. Before I decided to stop, of people constantly pressuring me saying that AE only paid for my surgery. And they didn't pay for my surgery, by the way. They contributed towards it. It was a lot of money. Okay, so the amount of money that AE contributed was a mere fraction of what it costed me. But I am grateful for that nonetheless. Okay, I'm grateful for whatever help I got in that time of need. I will never not be grateful for that. I just want to clear the air on that. I will never not be grateful for that. But people were saying that they only did that to buy me. And if they really wanted to buy me, they could have done that a long time ago. Okay? They have never attempted to buy my site. And they have never tried to stop me from being critical of their game. Okay? Every single engagement that we have had, you know, I've been, they've never asked me to tone it down. They've never said XYZ, even when I was really outlandish. And even now, when I'm still very critical of the game after receiving so much support, I'm still very critical of the game. I don't like the way it's going. They know I don't like the way it's going. They still haven't asked me to stop. And I probably won't stop because honestly, we all had a vision for AQ3D when we started playing in the beta. And now that it's a live game, we still do have a vision for AQ3D, and we are the community that will continue to play this game, and we should have a voice in this game. But again, that's where the issue comes in because it's hard to figure out which voices are the voices to listen to, because then you make minorities feel that they don't have a voice, and then you make majorities feel like, oh, this is their game and they can do whatever they want. And that is also an issue. So it's about balancing, okay? And it's about making the decisions that make the most sense. And that is something that I don't think AE has really done in the last couple of months, except for a few things. And the null gap grind is, it's a good way to do things to an extent because the model is there. It works in AQW. Now I don't play AQW, and a lot of you don't play AQW. Okay, but in AQW, the model worked because you had classes that specifically made the farming easier and spawn times were not ridiculous. Okay? In AQ3D, spawn times are ridiculous, RNG is ridiculous, and the classes make farming difficult. Now, that's not insanely, for a MMORPG, that's not inherently bad. But for what AQ3D is, the game that it started out as, it does not set the tone for that at any point in time. It is trying to be something that is not, and it's been pushing more and more players away. I want you guys to do something for me right now. How many of you here have finished the Nulgath saga? If you've done the Nulgath content, uh feel free to say so. If you haven't, just type you haven't done it or something to that effect in the chat right now. Hey Dynaman, what's up? Because I remember a couple of you saying earlier that you didn't do it. Alright, so you did part 1. Only part 2. Okay, you've done it, okay? They haven't done one. I was asking about the Nulgath grinds. You've done it only to part 2. Alright, okay. So that's my point, right? I mean, you guys are the people that watch the AQ3D streams. Storyline wise, you finished it. Craft wise, nah, too grindy for you. See, there we go. Right? Has AQ3D always been this grindy? Guys, let me know when Lag talks about the DN post. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. There's a mental mind map to follow, and I am following the mind map to get there. We're building up to it. We spoke about um we spoke about the decision that I made. Maybe I went around it. Went about going. I went about it in a bad way. Okay, it may not have been the best. my whole content shift from AQ3 when I came back. That's fine. Okay, we discussed that. I apologize. And I do want to mend those bridges. So if you felt hit by the statements I made, then reach out. All right, let's have a conversation. Let's mend that bridge. Okay. So right, AK3D wasn't traditionally a game that you had to grind intensely. Right, you can just run around, smash buttons, and bam, done. So it started really being grindy with Sansi, to my knowledge. Okay, I didn't play prior to 2021 anyway, so I don't really have knowledge prior to Sansi. So I'm probably not a good gauge of that. But from what people have been saying, and all the people that have left the game, they're just they're tired of complaining, and there are other games out there for cross-platform for mobile and PC, and they found their place. And you can't be upset with anybody for that. They will come back to AQ3D when they are ready to come back to AQ3D. Okay. So there are people like me that appreciate long grinds, and I will do the grind at some point when I do have the time, because I don't have the time right now. Uh to just grind everything. Because I said that when we have about 100 hours of content to grind consistently, I will come back and I'll grind it. Now, that doesn't mean I want a boring grind. I just want a grind. Sansi was a turning point. Alright. Been playing AQ3 since level cap was 25 with Region and Tengu. Nice. I see you there, Lucas. I see you. Alright, let's go see. So, all in all, AQ3D is still a somewhat enjoyable game. Okay? For me, and which is why I still play. All of my friends are here. The support is here. And we want to help them make the decisions that are best for the game. Now, before we get into the design notes post, I also just want to take a quick look at the Steam page. And this is where some people may disagree and have issues. Alright, so this should be up now. Mm. Alright, so great. So mm, you can see that this is mostly positive, and you have 8,301 very positive reviews, and the release date was the 28th of October last year. Okay, so let's look at some of these positive reviews. Okay, um, okay, so reviews by my friends. Let's not look at that. Uh, but let's look at the most helpful reviews in the past 90 days. They're like release Mac Press on Steam. They have 0.1 hours, so this isn't really a review, but they reviewed it positively. Okay, they have 121 hours. Great game, great community. MMO is full of amazing family-friendly humor. Very good game. I like it. Wow, yalla habibi. Okay, that's weird. Um, then we have this guy. Can't believe I finally. All right, just ignoring that. Nostalgia. Very yeah. This is a pre-release review, so they've tagged all the pre-release reviews as pre-release review. Pretty generic MMORPG. Positive review. Positive review. Also, asking for just wanting a grind will invite poorly designed grinds and boring grinds. Yeah, yeah. I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing at all. Alright, so these are the recent positive reviews. So if I was a potential player, I click on this, I'm like, what is this game about? Oh wow, look, mostly positive reviews, very positive. Click, play, bam, and we buy stuff. Okay. I have no idea what this looks like on mobile. Can I access the Play Store here? Cool. So let's turn this back on. Bam. Alright, this is Play Store. Adventure Quest 3D MMORPG. Okay. 4.2. 8,80,000 reviews. So anything above a 4, most people will just click download. Bam, they buy Guardian, they spend money. Okay. Done. So it's a no-brainer why why this game constantly has new people playing it. And if you have a game that constantly has new players coming in to fill the paying gap that paying players leave when they leave and go to other games, then you essentially have a game that will last forever. There is no decline because you constantly have the players filling that gap. So that the thing about curating reviews and all of that is that yeah, we can say as players that they were curating reviews. We have no way to actually prove that they were curating reviews. At least not from what I've seen, because I looked when you initially said that. I looked. Proving that is very difficult. So you might know it happened, I might know it happened, but proving it to all of the people that are watching this video, proving it to all of the people that are defending this on Twitter and on the reviews and on Discord will be very difficult. So I'm not even going to attempt to engage in that discussion about curating reviews. I'm just going to leave that alone, completely alone. Blame the platforms, they make it difficult to tell. Yeah, the platforms are built that way specifically to encourage people to spend money, which is what games are about. If you thought games were about having fun, you're wrong. Games are about making money. And engaging people all the time. So, regardless of what anybody tells you. And AQ3 at the end of the day needs to make money to keep the servers alive, to pay the devs that continue to develop the game, to pay the social media management team that are now doing social media, and all of the staff at AE. The game needs to make money to sustain itself. That's nobody's arguing that. Nobody. My issue is that the money that you spend needs to feel like it's been spent properly, and you need to feel rewarded for spending. Has AQ3D given you the value for your money? If you've ever spent $1, if you've ever spent any amount of money on Adventure Quest 3D, be it for summons, be it for personal use, I want you to tell me right now in the chat, do you think you've gotten your money's worth for the playtime that you have gotten out of AQ3D? Because we need to be honest with ourselves. Because if you have, I was watching a Josh Dreyfus video recently, and he said, if you have over 2,000 hours on any given game, you've already gotten more than you should have out of the game. At 5 hours in, your poor wallet, jeez. Not every time. Some collections were definitely too much. All right, so all right, I now that we gotten into the topic of money and feeling rewarded, my numbers, the stream numbers have just dropped. It was at almost 25, and now we're back at 20. Um, that's fine. People are like, oh no, he's going to talk about money. He's just ranting. No, no, we're getting to the point. But we need to discuss all of these things and we need to cover our bases. We need to cover all the bases before we get to the point. Because we cannot have this discussion without having previous discussion, if that makes sense. We need to have context. In any discussion that you're having, you need to have context. Otherwise, you're just echoing vacuums, echoing things in a void, right? In a vacuum. So we're not gonna do that. You got over 2,000 hours and you spent maybe 100 to 200. All right. I'm not gonna tell you how much I've spent, and I feel like I've gotten most of my money's worth for the playtime that I've played. But I do also feel severely cheated on a lot of the RNG that this game has to offer. Like in terms of the all of the recent spawns that give a chance of a live event token, I feel really cheated by those because they don't reward you. Summon events, like when you purchase a summon event item, they don't reward you as much as they should. But does that stop people like me from buying them? Does that stop people like you from buying them? No, because they give our friends a chance. So we don't spend that money on ourselves. We spend that money on our friend. Now, I agree it should reward the person doing the summoning more, and I'm all for that. But at the end of the day, summons were implemented as a way for the game to make money while you give things to your friends because we don't have trading. So, yeah, it's a cash grab. I hate that it's so popular now. But there are people that want to host events year round, and people have actually reached out to me, that have been asking me to bring up the topic of a year round summon instead of just having seasonals. So you can have your seasonals in tandem with a cheaper version for a year round summon. They don't want the 1000 DC summons. They want something a little cheaper, like the bush summons, but something that gives a little more than what the bush summons give. And there should be gold purchasable versions of them as well, because I mean, they should be available to free to play players. Now, arguably, DC is still free to play, but you shouldn't have to choose between spending the DC that you earn through ads and through in game daily chests and whatnot on players or spending it on bank slots or yourself, for that matter. You kind of see your playtime on mobile, but you know you played this sometime for 16 hours a day on end. Objectively, this is the best game that you spent money on. Just going off the fact that you own every collection since they've done collections, that's already a very pretty penny for your poor wallet. Don't get you started on pets, travel homes, and Kickstarter. Right, so people have spent a lot of money on AQ3D. And if they wanted people to continue spending money on AQ3D, then they should have focused on what players wanted a very long time ago instead of focusing on what they wanted to do with the game. I understand having a vision for your game. I understand wanting things to go in a particular direction and feeling like, all right, everything is working out exactly how I want it. But there comes a point where your game is no longer for you. Your game is for your players. The players are enjoying your product, and if you want to continue selling your product, then you need to please the players. And I know that, and this is something that is all over social media. Game devs love to say players don't know what they want. And I can kind of agree with that to an extent, because players chose to have daily class quests in this game, which is the worst thing that I can ever think of to happen to this game. And it was over 2,000 players voted for it. I don't understand what possessed people to do that, but anyway, I digress. All right, devs loves to say players don't know what they want, and that players blah blah blah, and then you can talk about. Then there are people that talk about global processes, this and technical stuff, that, and blah blah blah. Listen, I'm a player. Coding is not my job. It's your job as a developer to do the coding. It's not my job to understand the coding. It's your job to give me the product to enjoy. Just stop it, okay? Stop that discussion right there. You develop a game for people to play. You should not develop a game for just developing sake. Be like, oh, I have an idea. Let's do that because players wanted this 5 years ago. Players might have wanted that 5 years ago, but are those same players that wanted that 5 years ago the same players that are playing today? You need to ask yourself those questions. And now Berlin is compiling all of the feedback and all that. Hey, Dragon, what's up? Best voting to screw over new players 2020 edition. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Um, and I know Berlin is compiling the new suggestions, and it is a hefty job. Berlin doesn't like me, and that's fine. Don't worry, I wouldn't like me either. But you can like me. You can stay here for the content. Shameless plug. Sub, by the way, if you're on subbed on YouTube. And if you're not following on Twitch, please drop a follow. So like the previous CMs did. Listen, we're not gonna get into that. We're not gonna get into that. So we've covered all the bases. We've talked about the last video that I made, the suggestion video. We talked about people feeling semi-fulfilled. We've talked about the reviews. We talked about why the game is continuing to go in the way it is going, because the game is continuing to fund itself, because the game continues to get new players, because the game has good reviews on all platforms. So our feedback technically does not matter. Technically. Now on social media, they say it matters and they're taking our feedback into account, but is it really being taken into account unless we make noise about it? Because I asked for a very long time, very, 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 very long time for things before I made that video. And then I made that video, and then I asked about the video for like 3 months. So, wait, you mean to ask how do you know she doesn't like you, bruh? You should see her reply to my posts, and then see her blatantly ignore my posts, about certain things, and reply to all of the people. It's like subtweeting. Bro, where's your roar? It disappeared. But anyway, we're not here to talk about who likes me, who doesn't like me. We're here to talk about the game. Okay, we're here to talk about the game. Who is this and why are they in front of me? Put it back. I'll. You can find it. I have the. I think it's a blip extension. You should be able to find it if you search on the blip extension for it, because I have suggested things enabled. So let's get into the design notes, shall we? That's why you're here. Where is the design note? Oh, we're still on. We're still on the positive reviews, guys. Positive reviews. Positive reviews. All right. So they made this right, and Beline. So if I didn't call them out on this, and if people didn't call them out on this, there would have been no credit given to the community for all of this, and they didn't understand why I was so upset. All right, and this is behind the scenes at AQ3D. This was a weird pink post or something. Anyway, so this all of these here are suggestions from my AQ3D video. From let's bring this here so you don't see my sus YouTube stuff. Let's find that video and then bring it in. All right, so we have my channel. We have this back. Great. So this is this, and look, this was over 3 months ago, right? So I'm not gonna go into the video now. I just want to show that it was 3 months ago, and this was done May 22nd, right? So not that long ago. HRS equals hours. Meanwhile, lag did not launch my flex on hours for AC. On hours for AC. I'm confused. I'm confused. What did lag miss? Lag misses a lot of things. Anyway, so all of these things were things that I mentioned in my video, but there was no mention to the video anywhere in the post. Just like when they mentioned Yogi's video and they talked about Yogi's video, they didn't mention Yogi anywhere in the video. Now, Billeen's response to that is that she wished she knew all things at all times. When I told her about tagging other people in her thingy. But I mean, doesn't really take a lot of time to do your due diligence to figure out that a content creator made a video on these very things that you are talking about, especially when I think that's where you got these things to talk about. Because the way they are listed and phrased are exactly, if not almost exactly, the way I phrased them in my video. Okay? If you don't know, check out the comment I sent before that one. I'll probably have to scroll all the way up. Find that. Alright. So we'll come back to this one. Let's go state of game. Okay, let me just hippity hoppity so I don't get disconnected. Where's state of the game? So state of the game time. Alright. No lag, someone else watched it and sent to the talking points. Duh. Alright. Let's turn the music down a little more. Hey yo, thank you for the gifted sub, Mia. Give me some love and chat from you. Alright, so time to recap what we've accomplished and what's to come in AQ3D. Now, if you've read this before, you can probably skip 10 minutes ahead to when I've finished reading. But for the benefit of those that have not read, because I don't know, gamers don't read. I'm kidding, that was a joke. I can read. I will read this word for word. Okay? So, hi everyone. Today's state of the game is coming to you from Glazelle and Beline. Okay, so this is a joint design notes post. Glazelle is here to reminisce on what the Adventure Quest 3D team has accomplished in the year since the last state of the game. From sagas to classes to features, I've got it covered. I don't know who is the I've got it covered because it's both of them. Oh, Glazelle. Okay, so Glazelle is doing it. Beline is also flittering about, eager to bring you up to date on the exciting projects that we've been working on right now. There's so many fun features coming up. Beline exclaims that I can't possibly choose one thing as my favorite. Or if you need that dragon icon by his name again. Nice. Alright. So what we've accomplished, oh my goodness. We have had so many awesome releases and brought a lot of really fun new features to the game. It's hard not to gush about them all. I have to. That's a joke. Maybe. Actually, Alright. But I know you don't want to be here reading forever, so I'll just hit the biggest highlights. Here we go. Previously in AQ3D XD. Alright, we're back to the 2020s. Yeah? Well, not 2020. The early 2000s. We're using XD. Alright. One of our first huge wins was the conclusion of the Lolosia saga in an epic adventure that took you to the lost city of Atlantis. Atlantis was okay, and then it was horrible. The beginning of Atlantis was okay, and then everything afterwards was horrible. Um, this was followed by the introduction of the long-awaited Arctic's Entertainment fan favorite, the Nulgath Saga, and we spoke about the Nulgath Saga earlier when I talked about the AQW version of it, and why the AQW version worked, and why the AQ3D version will not work in the long run, if they don't make some changes, because not everybody is going to grind repeatedly. Now, I just want to take a minute to plug some mad appreciation for my man's Fainal, who has done an amazing job with the Nulgath Saga, and everybody else that has worked on the Nulgath Saga. In the way that he crafted the quest together. Yeah, sure, they've probably been very long and painful, but the kind of attention to detail that he was putting in behind the scenes and the kind of hours that he was putting in behind the scenes, props to Fainal. Okay, okay. So, silver hopping we. Yeah, silver hopping seems to be something that EQ3 players enjoy. I personally don't enjoy it. I think it's really, really monotonous and really, really tedious. Because silver hopping in other games is easy, silver hopping in AQ3D is a pain. So, but that being said, props to Fainal who worked on the Nulgath Saga and to everybody else that worked on the Nulgath Saga whose names we do not know. Because it was well executed in theory. Um, it fell off on a couple places that I've seen so far, and I haven't even grinded the extra blades yet. Um, I will probably grind the extra blades at some point in time. I just don't feel like grinding it right now because I don't have the time. And clearly, a lot of other people are burnt out on the grind and they don't feel like grinding it. But I've been told I should not be a messiah of the people, so I'm not speaking for you, right? I'm not putting words in your mouth. I'm purely speaking from my personal standpoint and what my personal friends and people that have messaged me have expressed. Okay. Um. Anyway, back to Nalga Saga with our own little spin. We are still working on part 3 for this one, but it has been a learning experience and an exciting challenge to bring the epic story of Nalga to 3D. We've also introduced new classes, Samurai and Curse Weaver Mage. Alright, so this one is probably on. OMG, my purple train is back. Nice. Uh, okay, so this is where my first issue is. This Weaver Mage is not a class. Maybe the way they build class skins is like building an additional class, so from a technical standpoint, it's a class. But from a practical standpoint, it is not a class. It is just a class skin. It doesn't do anything different from the existing class other than the cosmetic look of it. It's not a class. And I mean, I want to give Beline or Glazel the benefit of the doubt here because they probably haven't played AQ3D, so they don't really know the difference between class skin and a class. I don't know. Am I wrong for giving her the benefit of the doubt or giving them the benefit of the doubt? I don't know. But then again, this has been brought up many a time on social media. I don't think if it has been addressed. If it has been, then I take complete fault for bringing this up and having issue with this. Have at me, right? And uh, other than the new classes that aren't classes, Samurai is the only new class. Um, New functionality to old friends. So we have bank pets and quest pets. We also it's funny because the quest pets and the bank pets sparked the pay to win discussion. And I didn't do the last the King Makai quest pet thingy. I didn't do that one. I didn't purchase it either. So because I was still recovering, so I really don't know what that was. Um, but yeah. Right. I don't consider this Weaver Mage, Pizza Manso, Dragon Samurai as classes. They're merely cosmetic skins. Exactly, they're cosmetic skins. Um, Dragon Samurai looks okay. People really like to knock it. I don't like Pizza Mansa that much. I would like a Necromancer in place of a Pizza Mansa. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Um, but yeah. The only class skin I like is the Samurai class skin. Lag, no. In fact, you could say the fires ignited the spark that brought you Legion summons. The fire starters did not ignite the spark that brought us Legion summons. Party summons started way before. Well, then again, I think what they're talking specifically about here is the blaze that summons the other blazes, which, that was the first one, the fire starter thing. That was the first one. Giftulus didn't summon other Giftulus. Giftulus were just summonables, so they were players summoned. They didn't summon other summons, which is what the fire starters and the more expensive fire starters and the more expensive Dage summons did. So I am assuming that is what they meant here. If not, then meh, right? So anyway, so that issue aside, we hope to bring you more party summons that empower you to host your own live events. But my personal favorite project, see, live events. They use that phrase. I don't know. The justification for them stop hosting live events after they added tokens for live events, like not tokens, but more rewards for live events. I don't know. I really, really don't know. It's They aren't live events. They're player hosted events and dev hosted events are two different things. In AQ3D, the context of a live event is a dev hosted event or a mod hosted event with dev summonable. Player hosted events with player summonables are not live events. Now, in a very technical sense, they are live events now because they have, with the very expensive summons, the very, very rare chance of dropping a live event coin. So the fact that it is a live event coin means that it is a live event, making this accurate, as much as I hate to say it, which is really dumb. Really, really dumb. Really dumb within the context of AQ3D. So they're not wrong. It feels wrong, but it's not wrong. Anyways, the justification, because I realized I didn't finish what I was saying. The justification for them not doing live events, and this was said publicly on my stream, was that they could not do live events for every time zone. Okay, I don't remember which stream it was, and no, you cannot find it because I didn't highlight the said stream. So it's done, it's deleted, it's gone. Right, the time period for VODs being up has passed. So unless somebody clipped it specifically, there's no way for me or you to prove that that was said. But it was said. Okay, you can call me a liar, but it was said. It's common knowledge. They stopped doing it because they couldn't cater to every single time zone. And they said people were complaining about favoritism, which shouldn't really. I don't know. People are going to complain about favoritism anyway. They said people are complaining about favoritism and favoring the EST time zone or the PH time zone and missing live events and being angry about it and blah blah blah. So their solution, instead of finding a way to, you know, host live events in various time zones or schedule something around it, like scheduling a world boss that appears in Heroes Hangout at a set time, regardless of whatever time you killed the previous boss. That's just a suggestion, like a time summon in Heroes Hangout to give a live event coin or the chance of a live event coin. Instead of doing something like that, or rostering the team to do live events maybe once every 2 months, they decided to just not do live events altogether. So whatever the issue internally for that was, or the justification internally, we will never know. All we know is that we don't have live events anymore. There was one recently, maybe two recent, I think, but that was the first in a very long time, and I don't think we're gonna have much more coming up. I would love to be wrong. Anyways, continuing on with the design notes post. Um, we hope to bring you more party summons that empower you to host your own live events. But my personal favorite project is the combo of Burger Hero map and the Pizza Mancer class. So I do not possess the Pizza Mancer class because I would love a Necromancer class. Hmm? Yeah, kidding. A lot of people love the Pizza Mancer and how that was done. Um, Burger Hero people have said is good aside from the timers. I haven't done it yet. I would try to do it. I thought Clarion did a decent job. Okay, so Luna thinks Clarion did a decent job with that. I cannot speak about the Burger Hero because I didn't do it. So if you want to look up other people's reviews, feel free to browse Discord or Twitter. Or you guys can tell me if you did play it. You can tell me in chat right now if you played it and what you thought about it. Because the side quests people seem to enjoy. Take a little sip. Thank you for letting us continue to do silly April Fool's releases. Lags like a bitch, pun intended. Um, only did the quest, but none of the grind. Yeah. You hated having to do it daily. Yeah, no, daily quests here to stay in AQ3D whether we like it or not. They really need to do a workaround. Grind was there. DN post time, yeah, we're doing DN post. We've been doing DN post. They yeah, they called classes class skins classes. Which I am going to go ahead and give them the benefit of the doubt on, as much as I would dislike doing that. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt because the people that wrote this do not play the game. So from a technical standpoint, they will probably be the class skins were probably built like classes. But they aren't actual classes. So from a practical standpoint, they're not. From a technical standpoint, probably. I don't know. Actually, no, not even from a technical standpoint. Let me backpedal that on a little bit. Benefit of the doubt, they added class skins to the class list on their website. No, the reason I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt is because the people that are updating that class list and design notes post, they don't actually play the game, so they probably don't even know what's in the game. They probably don't know what all the quests are, they don't know the areas, they don't know the classes, the class skins, all of that. They don't have time for that. And they should. I'm not saying they shouldn't. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying they should. But yeah. That's the only reason I would give them the benefit of doubt because they don't play the game. I'd love to be proven wrong. I've seen people asking for Feline to live stream the game, playing a class from level 1 to max cap. And yeah, sure, I'm all for that. I would sit through those streams just to witness an AQ3D dev live playing the game. You don't sound ungrateful. I just expected more. See, expectations are the root of disappointment. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't have expectations. Anyway, moving past that. Because we're running out of time. This we've been rambling for almost an hour now. We've also had a few notable guests show up in game. Earlier, Voltor made his first appearance in AQ3 with Return to Skull Punch Island, and then reunited with friends for the Arctic Entertainment 20th anniversary of Evil. We celebrated 20 years of 6 mini games based on B horror films with Aurelio Voltaire and Mia J. Park and the AI formerly known as Kimberly J. Freeman, George Lowe, and for a limited time only Elvira. Yes, that Elvira. If you missed out on the event, you can still join the fun in the adventure menu side stories, now hosted by the one and only Beline. And this is where Beline starts talking about things. Uh, You'd play more again if they added more mecha sets. Hmm. Yeah, Crusader class 1. Necromancer class 1. 20th anniversary was a mess. Um, I beg to differ. I think I enjoyed the 20th anniversary. The way the 20th anniversary wrapped up was what was a mess because players had one expectation. Certain things were said on a live stream, and then something completely different happened, and then people were really upset. So, lag no. What does the lag know about? Should Crusader be a paladin or a guardian? I think Crusader might be a fusion of both. Um, mm, where did I stop? See my I need to get new glasses because my ex took my glasses so that I couldn't see my weight, and it really does affect my vision. Like I do need glasses to read. And anyways, a cat girl man, so obviously. Oh, hey yo, what's up on hiatus? Welcome to the stream. So yeah, the 20th anniversary was good. I enjoyed the 20th anniversary. I live streamed the 20th anniversary. I had lots of fun with the 20th anniversary. I didn't like the way it ended, and I didn't like that they just had that gray area of Pumare and not Pumare, Pumare and not Pumare, Pumare and not Pumare. And players were on either side. So that's my take on that. That's all I'll say on that. Okay. What we're working on now. Eep, that's me. Alright, so Billeen is talking now. I don't know where to begin, so let's start by highlighting content creator lag, who worked with the community to deliver a video of feature suggestions and bug fixes. Thank you so much, Lag, for bringing together the community to consolidate this information and for reminding us that players also need to hear about the work we're doing, even if it's just in the early planning stages. While not all the things Lag addressed are being worked on, at the moment, many of them are and more. Agreed. Right, yeah, 3 months later. 3 months later. And it was after this was posted. This was done on the 22nd of May. This was posted on the 2nd of June. In between that time, I was a very angry lag. I was a very, very angry lag. Because not just because they took what was in my video and completely ignored that my contributions or whatever, they ignored the contributions of the goddamn community. They ignored the contributions of people like Akalescent, people like Sifenal, right, who were very, very influential in getting this, you know, consolidated. They were on the live streams, they were helping me with the surveys, they were on the Discord calls, we were doing repeated discussion streams, even Gold Raven, Loki Monster, Mads, right? And the list goes on. So obviously they can't tag everybody, you mention everybody, but at least something would have been nice for the other people. Now the people are gonna say, "Lag, you're too ungrateful." They already mentioned you. Why do you care about the other people? I care about the other people because the other people help me build the thing that we are uh, advocating for. But anyways, after the rabble of making fuss between the 22nd of May and the 2nd of June, we now have this, and let's get into detail of what was addressed in the video. Okay, so this is not the order that it was mentioned in the video, right? What was mentioned, I think they mentioned it in the order of stuff that is definitely coming and stuff that is not yet coming or something like that. I don't know. Right? So quickly, what was addressed was we asked about more gun cosmetics, more bow cosmetics. That was like a side thought in the actual video. Artists will be including them more in the future releases. I just want to point out that we did not get a goddamn gun for the last Pirates Day release. We have a pirate class. We didn't get a gun, or we didn't get a weapon for the pirate class in the last Pirate Day update test thing. No, I will not let that go. I will not. I will never let that go. I am still angry. I would have paid DC for a nice gun. I hope that's not against Sims of Sis. I meant in-game cosmetic thing. Anyway, right. So you wanted stats? How about a whole augmented system to put your stats on your stuff? Yeah, because we've been complaining about stats for over a year since Sansi. So I've read a little bit about the augment system and stuff. I'm I'm waiting to see how it's actually implemented before I make comments on it. You know, I want to see it in game. I want to test it myself, and I want to see how I feel about it. More Guardian content is coming. Still in the early planning stage. We did ask for more Guardian content. But honestly, I think Guardians have gotten more than they paid for. In terms of content. Not saying that I would like to purchase more Guardian content. It's just that more Guardian content isn't going to make more people buy Guardian. Big guild update coming soon. More info on this previous design. That's this one right here, where they spoke about all the things about earning guild XP. Whenever you or your guild meets in XP, level up your guild. So they gave us perks for joining guilds. Sorry, they're giving us perks for joining guilds. Guild leaderboards. Not sure how I feel about that, but it's cool. You know, I'm not sure how I feel about the way that it might be implemented. I think they really, really need to think about this before it kills the game. Last online to monitor activity of guildmates and all of that. Very much needed. They need what they didn't mention here was um officer chats and whatnot, and officer functionality, and the ability of officer to change the guild message of the day. So that was omitted here, right? But guild power buffs like bonus XP, bonus gold, HP regen, all of that, right? Guild leaderboards. I think that's about it. This is where they spoke about augments. This is where they talked about not giving us housing, and yeah. Now back to not yet in the planning phase, but travel menu interaction. The travel menu is a joke. Let's in this off for a second. So let me tell you why the travel menu is a joke. So you see here, let's scroll down to the Vinlands. You can only go to the Celadon Forest, and this is the travel menu, right? For some reason, when you click on the adventure books and you click on world areas, which has an identical menu, when you click on Vinlands, you have all of these locations. That makes zero sense to me. Zero. None. Zero. This is not a heart. This is a zero. Maybe this is a zero. Yeah, this. The other issue with the travel menu is that we don't know where anything in lore is. I mean, when you move this map around, would you like what is where? Is this Frostvale? Is that snow? Yeah, is this supposed to be Ashfall? Or is this Ashfall? Is this Sandsea? Where is Battleon? Or is this Ashfall? Is this Ashfall? Or is this Ashfall? I don't know. I don't know where Ashfall is. What is this? What is all of this? I don't know. I don't know what anything on this map is. Top left is Vane's Fortress. Alright, so you know where stuff is. I don't know where stuff is. But where is Thumwa? They've not been consistent with map design since Dragon Fable. Alright, so anyways, little detour aside, let's get back to this, okay? Let's get back to this. Inventory updates, you know, because we asked for bank sorting. More customizations options, because we asked for a lot of things like more like a secondary cosmetic slot for the head. We asked about tattoos, more hair colors, finally adding orange hair to the game. More things like fiendish eyes, etc., etc. Generally, just more customizability. Is that a word? I don't know. I'm just gonna assume that's a word. Bug fixes. Make bug reporting easier. Status investigating this. We need to identify where the specific stumbling blocks are and how to implement changes. All right, you want to know where these specific stumbling blocks are? Do you really want to know where these stumbling blocks are? Okay, so I click on this, and then I click on report bug, opens website. Okay, now look, we have to select a topic that best fits your bug report. So Arctic's game launcher, maps, regions, dungeons, item or equipment, shop, merge crafting, blah blah blah. So we have a lot of different things, and it can be kind of cumbersome, right? So if the game crashes or something, you go down, lag or crash bug, right? But if it's something within a dungeon, you click that, you click report bug, and then they ask you a bunch of different things: location in game, name map, blah blah blah, detailed description, but you cannot upload screenshots here. So now I need to figure out how to use any web URL if you uploaded screenshots to a file hosting service. This is 2023. Most people don't know what the hell a file hosting service is. People don't know what Imgur is. People don't know what Flickr is. People don't know what file hosting services are. And that adds a whole other level of complexity to your problem. I don't know how to explain different things. You know, what game do bad thing, you know? But what is that bad thing? I need to upload a screenshot. There is no upload button for screenshot because screenshots can be edited. Anyways, right? Steam only share a copy of your game crash log. The thing is, you don't really have uh people that read all of this. It's just too complex. Too complex. Anyway, state of game. We need tattoos and piercings. Yep, I did ask for tattoos, not piercings. I asked for tattoos, but piercings too. You need scars on two different eye colors. Yeah, we need more customizability for game. Make game good. Flag is losing speech capability. Flag finish. Read this soon. All right, so bug fixes make bug reporting easier. Status investigating this. Right, we just covered that. Death bug when players HP hits 0. Sometimes death screen does not appear, so players are in this strange limbo state of not dead, not alive. Status fixed-ish. We published a patch a couple of weeks ago to reduce the occurrences of the issue. However, it is under ongoing maintenance as we are still investigating the source of the bug. Okay, so they're trying to recreate the issue and investigate why it happens. Great. Okay, so it's fixed-ish. I haven't run into this issue since this design note was posted. So I don't know, maybe it's fixed. Have you guys run into it since this was posted? Let me know. Go to bug. Turning off go to still allows players to go to you. Status fix in progress. So I will say that only um the go to bug only happens until you click settings and then you close settings again. So if you disable go tos and you just open settings and close settings a bunch of times, it will kick in and then they can no longer go to you. Or if you relog, they can no longer go to you. But if you just turn it off and then you just run around and expect it to be off, it's not going to be off. So they are looking to recreate said issue and fixing progress. Right, active question. Animation loops repeats itself over and over when you get it into DHS. Status ongoing investigation. We have a lot of reports on this, but we, the AQ3D team, are unable to reproduce the issue. I don't know why they're unable to reproduce the issue. I mean, if I can fly you here to my computer and you can use things, get issue here, then great. Because I run into this issue fairly often on stream, and I have to close my game and I have to reopen it, and it's really frustrating. More stuff in the works. Classes are in pre-production. Names are TBD. So we have a time-based caster, fast-paced melee action, and avenging short-range gunslinger. I don't expect to see any of these in game before the end of 2020. Do you expect to see any of these in game before the end of 2023? The answer to that should be yes. You guys should be more optimistic than I am. Map and spawn editor tools for devs. We've been hearing about this for since last year. Been in development for several months, not seven, several. And we just started using it recently, beginning with the bigger hero release. What does it do? Spawns all of the biggers. No, apparently it speeds up the content creation, allowing for higher quality releases and overall improved performance of the content team. But we want infinite bigger too. Nice. Apple app download fix. We were unable to upload the new game version to the Apple Store until the initial download file size was decreased. We went above and beyond to make it smaller. We have reduced the initial download size for all devices to remedy this issue. The fix is included. Release. Sheathing weapons. Yeah, sheathing is finally in the game. Great. We've been asking for that for years. Years and years and years. We finally have it. Great. Broken on some things. Can't work with some things. Phase 1. Right? So I'm just happy that it's in the game. Guilds Phase 2 in the works, which is what this. Housing, big no, says early stages of planning and design. So that's not anytime soon. That's nowhere near building. That's just planning and design. Get it? Building, housing. Yeah. Uh-huh. Laugh at my joke. Laugh. Quest reward choices. A fun new quality of life update for the quest earnings. Works instead of receiving a set reward, you can select one of multiple rewards. All choices should be of the same value, so you're just choosing between aesthetic preferences. Okay, so I've been seeing some complaints on Twitter about all of the quest reward items looking the same, and I guess this is what is here to remedy. You can't do that, lag. Har har. You understand they're reproducing the issue. You had to do this with your other VR projects. Some things break in game that you can't see or recreate in the engine, and it baffles you to how you're able how are you to fix it if I can't recreate it. Billion restarted that, but I don't think she knows about the guy who tried to put housing in before. It doesn't seem like she is aware of a lot of the history of what has happened before she started compiling all of these things. Or maybe she is and she just chooses to ignore it. No idea. I would love to have a discussion with Billion on stream about all of these things. But I don't think those things will ever happen ever again. I safely, I can safely say they will probably never do another live discussion stream with me. I mean, we still have good relations. We still have, we talk. Um, Not specifically about game related issues, mainly about like life and stuff. But it's just too, I don't know. I ask questions that I'm not supposed to ask, that make people uncomfortable. What can I say? So yeah, that's not gonna happen. Live stream dev talks are probably never gonna happen on my channel again. I'm hoping that they do. I would love to be wrong, but yeah, for now it's a no-no because when they say things on my stream, they are held accountable for it, and plans change, and then people get upset, and then I get upset, and then I'm like, "But you said X, Y, Z," and then they're like, "Well, yeah." All right, so early gameplay experience, new intro is in progress. Again, new intro that kidding. The new player experience does need to be it does need to be redone, but it should be redone in tandem with end game content. That's the thing. All of the need to know for early gameplay should be there in a fun, new, and beautiful experience. In-game button to AQ3D post. There will be a button in the game news that will take you to AQ3D.com. Design notes post to read all about it. Unfortunately, this has hit a snag that has halted progress on this requested feature. I mean, that would be cool. We've been asking for design note thingies in game for a long time. Beline's blinding pink rose colored glasses. You asked and cried for it, so here is the amazing pink colored text in all AQ3 design notes that I write for myself. It'll have a better in pink button at the top of the page for all those allergic to pink who can enjoy reading the AQ3D's design notes in a normal, boring white color, while all of those who love pink as much as I do can click on the button to change the text back to fantastic fuchsia. That way everybody gets what they want. Alright, so before I go on, I just want to show you that you can't turn this off. So if you click this on, you turn it pink, and you can't turn it off. It just turns it pink. And no matter how much I click this, it doesn't turn off. I need to refresh the page to get it back white. Backstabs my eyes. It's funny because your name is pink on my stream. My eye. Alright, scroll. Alright, what's next? The world of AQ3D is brimming with excitement and endless possibilities. Game devs and players alike immerse us. This reads like something that was written in ChatGPT. Tell me I am wrong. As somebody that uses ChatGPT, this reads like it was written in ChatGPT. There's nothing wrong with using ChatGPT. I probably shouldn't have made fun of that. You have mosquitoes problem over there. Listen, okay, so this is out of the context. This is not AQ3 related. This is lag related. Look at my arm. Do you see the amount of hair that is on my arm? Look at my chest. Do you see the amount of hair that is on my chest? Huh? I am mosquito proof. There is no way those mosquitoes are getting to my skin. That's my natural barrier. uh, easiest chest. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I'm done. Flag is starting to strip on stream. No. Oh my god. Anyway, uh, yeah, dedication to all call battle at home, small strong team, hard at work, creating new realities, refining gameplay mechanics, redefining schedules, weaving captivating content. Right? All of this was kind of unnecessary. Uh, with each passing day, we inch closer to a future where imagination knows no limits other than pesky class conundrums, so that each player can embark on unforgettable quests to shape their own legendary tale. Together, we believe in the boundless potential of AQ3 and eagerly await the future where all our dreams become reality. All right, so now that we've discussed that, this is where I need to say what I did say, and I said that I'd only say it once, and that was a lie, because I'm going to say it again, but I'm only going to say it once on stream. I said it once on Twitter, and I'm saying it one here. AQ3D will lose its competitive edge in the near future if they do not start listening to player feedback and implementing the things that the players want. Because the competitive edge that AQ3D has is that it is the only non pay to win cross platform mobile PC MMORPG on the market. That is worth its salt. There is no other, and I've explored, there is no other free to play, non pay to win MMORPG for both PC and mobile. Everything else has some element of pay to win in it, up to a point. But there have been a lot of cross platform MMORPGs that either went into beta, are going into beta, or are going to have full on releases in the coming month that can destroy the AQ3D player base. Because they're going to offer the exact same things that AQ3D players want for free in another game. So they will lose their competitive edge if they don't act now. So this is why I think, as somebody who is very passionate about AQ3D, and I owe a lot to the AQ3D community, and I am grateful to the AQ3D staff as well. I think that they need to really take feedback into consideration and kick things into second gear or third gear if they're already in second gear, or fifth gear if they're already in fourth gear. Whatever it is, take it up a notch. and just stay one step ahead of the curve, because mobile PC gaming is where it is at, and the more games that come out, the less likely it is for people to choose AQ3D over those games. You think they're overestimating that novelty right now? They probably are. They're probably not even aware of the games that are coming out, and they're like, yeah, no, they'll all be paid to win games and blah blah blah. And it's not gonna be another Tower of Fantasy, right? Tower of Fantasy is a gacha game. We have actual MMORPGs coming out. Not We have actual non-gacha MMORPGs coming out this year. Right, and the closest one comes out in exactly 14 days from now. Well, it goes into beta exactly 14 days from now. Offers nearly every single thing that AQ3D offers, other than the Infinity class system. I'm not gonna say what game it is, because this is an AQ3D stream. You can check out my channel to see what game it is. Kidding, kidding. Uh, they don't have an Infinity class system, but you know, without build variety in AQ3D, what use is the Infinity class system? Great way to misplug in your Discord. Yeah, no, you can join my Discord too. Hey yo, nice. All right, so if you want to know about any other cross-platform MMORPGs that are coming out, um, just join my Discord or keep following my channel. Yeah, yeah, that's it. That's the video. No, but in all seriousness, discussing that design notes post, everything that we discussed before, everything that we discussed after, very, very important. And I think the ball is in A's court to see what they're gonna do and how they're gonna retain players while encouraging new players to play the game. How are they gonna bring the old players back? Do they even want to bring the old players back? How are they gonna treat with content creation going forward? Because content creation in AQ3D is picking up. There are a lot of new content creators on the block, and I love it. There are so many people like Lucas just having fun with memes and, you know, doing things that are fun. And the more people that do that, is the more free advertising they get, and it's the more people that will, bring people into the game. Anyway, just to reiterate what I said at the beginning of the video, because I know the point probably was lost at some point in time. I do really appreciate the AQ3D community. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate all the support that you gave me in my time of need. I did not mean to offend anyone when I told people that if they were here strictly for giveaways and stuff, that they could leave and there would be no hard feeling. Okay? I really did not mean to offend anyone. I mean, I could have said it in a better way. All I was saying is that I was no longer going to be strictly focusing on AQ3D content. So if you were there just for the giveaways or the perks of, for like AQ3D alone, then you didn't need to be there. If you were there for the community that we built, then that's fine. There would be no expectation for giveaway. I didn't want people there just expecting that I was gonna do a giveaway, I was gonna give away AP, we were gonna host a fashion contest, things like that. And that's why I said that, people could leave. Because I didn't want the people being upset that these things that they joined for were no longer happening. Because what would happen to me is it would seem like I built up this massive following of people who were expecting giveaways and contests and whatnot. And then I switched the content. So I just used their numbers to fuel me onto greater things. And that's not what I wanted. If I was starting with new content, I wanted to have a clean slate and not have anybody feel like they were used. I didn't want anybody to feel like they were a stepping stone, because you're not. That's not what happened. And that is why I took the decision to say what I said. So I apologize for that. I know I should have said it a better way. And again, if you were hurt by that, I reach out to me. I am willing to mend the bridges that were broken. Anyways, I've kept you guys long enough. We need to say bye to YouTube. We're not probably not gonna end stream, but we need to say bye to YouTube. And let me know what you think in the comments down below. And I'll see you in the next one.